Cool. So I'm gonna try it like this. I have my microphone connected to another source, but I hope it doesn't deviate from me seeing around. All right. So the topic today is the statement: digital platforms can create more market concentration and inequality than innovation and opportunity. I'm taking the nope, that's not really true side. So let's start. Sure, I'm not gonna pretend that market concentration and inequality doesn't happen. They do. But if we zoom out, there's actually a lot more innovation and opportunity being created by digital platforms that people give them credit for. So let's put this in a concrete example. Shopify. Back in 2006, it was just a small Canadian startup. We fast forward today, and Shopify powers over 4 million stores globally. The cool thing, it's just not for big brands, it's for anyone. If you got an idea on a Wi Fi connection, you can open a store and sell to the entire planet. That's a massive shift from the old days when you needed big money to get into retail. One of the biggest myths, in my opinion, is that digital platforms only help the big guys. But data says otherwise. McKinsey in 2021 found that small and medium businesses using digital marketplaces grow 2.5 times faster than those that don't. Let's think about Etsy, Fiverr, or the Amazon Marketplace. A person sitting in their living room can reach millions of customers and they don't need to own a warehouse or even a physical store. That's a complete game changer for entrepreneurship. Another thing people forget is that platforms aren't just marketplaces. They're innovation playgrounds. The Apple Store, for example, isn't just Apple making apps. It's 36 million developers building stuff, and in 2022, those apps generated over 1.1 trillion in sales. All these from the Apple reports from 2023. Without that kind of infrastructure, small software teams wouldn't have the reach or the payment systems to survive. Platforms give them the rails to run on. And it's just not about Silicon Valley where this is happening. In Kenya, for example, M-Pesa has completely transformed the financial access. In Latin America, Mercado Libre has done the same for e-commerce. And the World Bank stated in 2022 that 1.2 billion adults have gained access to the financial system since 2011, mostly because of digital platforms. So we're not talking this is just about opportunities. This is social change. Now, I know the counter argument, right? Yeah, but what about the giant monopolies, Amazon, Google, Meta? Sure, network effects make it easier for a few players to dominate. But concentration doesn't imply killing opportunity. Amazon, for instance, has over 2 million third party sellers making real money on its platform. YouTube creators economy is another good example. Evans and Schmalensky said in 2016 that they actually argue that in these two-sided markets, big platforms can still make both sides, producers and consumers. Um, it's less about the size of being bad and more about how the platform is being governed. So for marketing, digital platforms have democratized reach. You don't need $1 million TV spot anymore or be on the Super Bowl in prime time or every day after the news. You can spend $10 on Facebook ads and still target your ideal customer. For consumers, platforms have given us an insane level of choices, price transparency, and speed. And yes, there are some problems fake reviews, algorithm bias, maybe some shady data practices. But I think those are fixable governance issues, not a reason to say platforms are inherently bad for opportunity. So, yeah, inequality and concentration exist, but the scale still tip toward innovation and opportunity, in my opinion. Platforms have lowered the barriers to entry. They fueled entire ecosystems, IT landscapes, and they've opened global markets to people who never had a shot before. Um, the challenge now isn't to tear them down. It's to make sure the rules are fair, the playing field is leveled, and the opportunity they create remain accessible to everyone. And that's for my part. Thanks for listening.